come and join me as I open the surprise package that arrived today, and we have a quick peek at a book that I came across this last week. That includes tarot, a story around tarot, modern day, wonderful. Come on, let's get cracking. Hello and good afternoon and welcome back to Tarot Tats and Tea. I was heading out today and meeting a friend that I haven't seen since the first lockdown, and so made arrangements to meet her up in Wexford today, and we had a lovely lunch. But as I was leaving, I realised there was something on my doorstep. I hadn't seen it being left there, and it was this box. I just ripped off the sellotape. And it's when I saw what was inside, I was deliriously happy because it actually arrived sooner than I thought it would. And what is it exactly? It is The Pocket of Peers by Jamie Sawyer. I am absolutely delighted that it's arrived. This is a deck that when I first saw it in its sort of inception, I thought I would like that in my collection. With this, in this sort of lots of little goodies inside, is this card stand. Isn't that gorgeous? And it's almost it's the background, the scenery to the Fool, as far as I can make out. That's certainly what it looks like. It's beautiful. It's lovely wood. It's a wooden card stand. What do we have here? We have, oh lovely, we have a delightful bookmark. Oh, that's the study. That's one of the cards, the study. And I'd say that's Jamie's hands designing her work, her art. We have two lots of stickers, which are going to be great in my tarot journaling. Oh, somebody else likes the Rubik Cube. Oh, I was meant to have these. Whoever that's doing the Rubik Cube, you've met a Rubik Cube fan. And then there's a nice postcard here. It's sort of, let's get social. So there's all these social, what do we call it? Social media sites that Jamie Sawyer would be on, and Twitter, Pinterest, sign up for the newsletters, creative divination tools, www.jamiesawyer336.com, and Pocket of Peers digital rewards. Thank you for backing Pocket of Peers on Kickstarter. I am so grateful for your support. Scan the QR code to access your digital guidebooks and stickers, or you can also visit that site there for the rewards. Use the hashtag Pocket of Peers when tagging to social media to share your experience with the peers. Thank you again for helping to make this project a reality, Jamie Sawyer. That's lovely, and I love how the theme has been kept right the way through of sort of the crumpled paper bag on the box, and we've got it here down the sides, as though, you know, when you're hard working, oh my gosh, this isn't quite working, and you toss a ball, a piece of paper, toss it over. Actually, that might have been a good idea, and straighten it out again. Oh, excuse every itchy nose. So now let's have a look. And I have the book. Here. And I pop the box down there. Make sure I get everything out of it. Yes. And here we go. This is the Pocket of Peers Handbook. A guidebook that is meant to be an introduction to the peers in the deck, as well as prompting you to go deeper with your own explorations, merging the magical world of tarot with modern day scenarios. Teachers come in many forms, revealing themselves through chance encounters or showing up via the words of a lifelong friend, embodying the adage of how people flow in and out of our lives for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. The peers we meet along the path are messengers, mentors, and teachers in disguise. They shift the course of our lives through these interactions. A companion to the 80-card deck that features peers from my life, as well as the tarot community, blending symbolism from the classic RWS tarot system within the tapestry of each card. Pocket of Peers is a deck that brings clarity from everyday souls that are all doing the best they can to navigate this journey. Jamie Sawyer. I actually think that that is so wise and so very true. And I love this. Jamie has like a sigil there underneath her name, and it looks really, really beautiful. I wouldn't mind something like that for myself, and I'd actually have it tattooed onto me to join the rest of them. Now let's have a look. Oh good, in the notebook, in the guidebook, you have your typed information, but you have a page alongside it that you can add your own notes and doodles and make this not just a book to be read and digested, but to enjoy, and also make it a workbook. We have the picture of the study. Okay, that was a card that when certain targets were met, Jamie was deciding whether to add it as a card in the deck or to sort of keep it, whether to add it or not. Just look, I did that, my hand looked yellow, it must be a reflection off my shirt. I thought, my God, my hand looks either jaundiced or bruised. It's not. Now let's have a look. Study is defined by the Oxford English Dictionary as, noun, the devotion of time and attention to acquiring knowledge on an academic subject, especially by means of books, a detailed investigation and analysis of a subject or situation. Or a verb, denotes time and attention to acquiring knowledge on an academic subject, especially by means of books. Look at closely in order to observe or read. Study is essential when you find yourself on any new path. Sometimes it's quite literal, as in hitting the books, while other times it may mean to immerse yourself in a trade and to learn as you go. Nothing in life is achieved without some sort of study. It's part of who we are and what we are here to do, to learn, to advance, to expand, and to become more. I do like the way the wording here on the back of this, and I love the wording there on underneath the image of the study. I find that it has been worded in a manner that gives each word a deeper meaning. I have followed the progression of this deck from the beginning, and I have to be honest with you, there's not one part of its sort of creation where I've questioned whether it's a deck that I wanted or not. Now I know each of these cards is based on a person that has come across Jamie's path in life, which is great. I don't know any of those people, and although you know, Mary K. Greer and Rachel Pollock have also appear in these, it does, I think, instead of detracting from any aspect of the deck, it adds, because I've learnt a lot from the literature of Mary K. Greer and Rachel Pollock, and I have to say, to find them in a deck of peers is for me quite amazing. I actually think it's a lovely accolade to have, you know, for that person. But I also think it's although it's for them a great accolade, for us as people who either continually study tarot throughout our lives, it's just a reminder that, you know, we're following in the footsteps of people who have a lot more of a vested interest in tarot, you know, in as far as knowledge and understanding and wisdom, and have made tarot their life, and are in one manner or another contributing to our own study and understanding of the tarot. And I have to say, I just love this book. I think it's brilliant. We have the image of the cards, we have all the information, and again an area to write. And that's not just after one or two cards or a few pages at the back, that's after every card, whether it's a major or a minor. So inside here we have, before we get into the book, there's it tells you about the pocket of peers, there's a dedication, there's teachers come in many forms, which is again expanding on what's on the back of the book. It then gives you information on how to use this guidebook, and part of this I'm just going to just dive, not dive on here, but just to, after the introduction there is a deep dive section. This is where you find the broader meanings. Each card has a blank page for your own notes, if you wish to write down your own relationships and meanings as they appear to you, which I think is really, really brilliant. A note about the cards that only reflect hands. These are meant to put you, the seeker, in the deck. Well, how brilliant is that? It's a little bit like the Spacious Tarot in that sense, that where the character is left out, because the character in there is you. you know, and it's an extremely clever concept. So this is the book. We have images of each of the cards as we go through. Sorry, I was tipping the book, I don't realise now, it's a camera shot. So you've got all these here, the major arcana, and then we have one similar for the minor arcana as well. Okay, and it's something that you can use almost as a journal and really read deeper into the cards. So now let's get on to the cards themselves. Right, I've got some scissors here, so I'm just going to nip the side of that because I don't want to mark the box. Now, let's see, it says on the back of the box here, this is a, it's one of those lovely boxes that have the, has the flip sort of lid with the magnetic closing. And we've got that same crumpled look that we have on the cover of the book, which gives it its own sort of quirkiness. It's lovely. Let's see, yeah, and Jamie has signed it. Pocket of Peers Tarot Deck, Jamie Sawyer. Right. Yeah, that says the same as it does on the back of the book. And let's go. Now inside we have that image of the study. I actually find it really lovely. I love that sort of environment, and that really pulls me in because now I'm entering a study. Yes, look at that yellow. It looks beautiful. Now, they're the backs. The cardstock is lovely, it's smooth, sort of that buttery smooth feel. And look, the Fool. And on the table is the deck of Pocket of Peers. See the backs? And the hands, that's us beginning our journey with this deck. Isn't that gorgeous? Here we have the Magician. You can hear something creaking there. And the Magician, someone working their magic in the kitchen. Look at that. That's beautiful. The High Priestess. Now I'm not going to, these are people who exist in this world, who have, like I say, crossed Jamie's path, whether they be her family, friends or mentors, people that have guided Jamie through her tarot journey. So I'm not going to go through and give every name, I'm just picking them up and just showing you the images. They're, people can look them up in the book when they purchase the deck. Isn't that lovely? It's the High Priestess, and so modern and so sort of the norm for life now. I really do like that. The Empress. So our Empress must be an artist. She has the brush in her hands, also into her divinatory tools. I shall read up about her. Look at the paintings she's done there. Then we have the Emperor. Oh, wow. Oh, the Hierophant. Now, this is very, very different. Our Hierophant is looking at us from the screen of a mobile phone. It's almost like the person, being us, there's the hands here, are seeking advice from the Hierophant and connecting through modern technology. You know, that despite the use of modern technology, we still need the advice and help of our Hierophants in our life. Look at that, isn't that great? That is superb, very clever. The Lovers. That's beautiful. The Chariot. Then we have Strength. Oh, this is actually a really lovely Strength card. Oh, I do like it. Because, it's, there you go, it's just, there's love in that Strength card as well. gorgeous. Our hermit. Oh yes, our hermit's beautiful. And here, the Wheel of Fortune. You know, again, we have just the hands at work, and it's almost like it's saying, you know, that we make our own fortune through the work and dedication that we put into anything we do. Now, that is only just my brief glancing of it. You know, I'll have a look at what it says in the book, but I also like to put my own spin on it, which is exactly what the notebooks are for. Justice. There we go, and that's the scales, information, doing the research. Look at that. Beautiful. The Hanged One. I love this hanged one. This reminds me of my childhood, because as children we spent half our life upside down on our hands. Lovely. Oh wow, this death card is something else. Crystals in the background, the symbolism there, the sort of astrology signs, numerology. Somebody with a very striking bone structure, that's for sure. Lovely bone structure, in fact. Let's have a look. Temperance. Beautiful. That's gorgeous. The Devil. This reminds me of my son, only he has an abundance of hair, the arms, the tattoos, and his aim is to get a motorbike. That's lovely. The Tower. The Tower moment. Writer's block. What's happening? Don't let all this work go to waste. Look at that. So much you can take from that. Other than, you know, just the backside falling out your world type of thing, you know. A lot of tearing up and having to restart again. I do like that. The Star. I love the bold colours. I really do. The Moon. Wow. There's a lot in this Moon card. And I don't know if you can see it on this camera, but there's all the symbolism etched into the rocks here. See, if I take it up too close, that camera is so cruddy. So cruddy, it's just not picking up all the fine detail. The Sun. Jamie, thank you for not using the baby on the back of the horse here. This is really nice, a much nicer Sun card. The Awakening. The Awakening, wow. Yeah, Judgment it would have normally been, wouldn't it? The Awakening. Wow, yes. Look at that. Beautiful. The World, and once again here we all are. And then we come to the Minors. Isn't that yellow just gorgeous? Looks, matches my clothes. Lovely. So the Ace of Wands. Two of Wands. Three of Wands. I really like this Four of Wands. How lovely is that? I love the Wellingtons. That's lovely. Oh, here's our Rubik Cube. By the look on your man's face, I'd say there's been a couple of times he's wanted to take that Rubik Cube and fling it into orbit. I know I've wanted to do that on a few times. And yes, I have actually managed to solve it. Six of Wands. Seven of Wands. Oh wow, yes. Everybody wanting their voice heard, having to stand up and be heard yourself. Eight of Wands. Unicorns are real on the t-shirt. I love that. Nine of Wands. The Ten of Wands here is really cool. Look at that. Ten of Wands. Page of Wands. Something keeps making a noise here at my table. Not sure what it is. Knight of Wands. Oh, look at the dog there. Beautiful. Knight of Wands. Queen of Wands. And the King of Wands. Oh wow. Then we're on to cups. We have the Ace of Cups. This is lovely. The Two of Cups. The Three of Cups. Reminds me of a girls' day out with some of my friends. The Four of Cups. And I like the cups here look like singing bowls, particularly this one over here where the, you know, come on, look at that, isn't that beautiful? And here we have the dog that we would normally see with the Fool, almost like it's on your journey and your pal is still there saying, come on, let me sort of G you along a bit. Five of Cups. Six of Cups. Seven of Cups. Eight of Cups. Nine of Cups. The Ten of Cups. Oh, I love that card. That's beautiful. Page of Cups. Knight of Cups. The Queen of Cups. I love this and love the seashell. And the King of Cups. And then we go on to swords. The Ace of Swords. I like with the aces, all the hands are always busy creating. Two of Swords. This, I have to say, is a great take on the Two of Swords. We have the two swords, normally we see them crossed. In here, we have the two swords, but look at them, they're pointing in different directions, but there's a gap here between them. It's not like this person is stuck. This person has made a decision. Look, we've got the two pens. They say the pen is mightier than the sword. And look at that. We have our cards, we have our pens. Nothing's actually crossed. So to me, this says when you get this Two of Swords, that you know there's a particular route to take. As much as there's other routes that you could take, you know the path that you have to travel, you know. As opposed to making a decision out of two, you know which one you've got to take. That's what I get quite strongly from that. The Three of Swords. Oh, this is actually, you can actually feel quite pain, the tears, and that's very, very, very painful. Four of Swords. Swords. My goodness. Six of Swords. Seven of Swords. We've got 7 snakes in this. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 skulls there. A lot of symbolism on the dress. But, you know, we always associate 7 swords with some form of sneakiness. And we always, I don't know if you say it over in America, but sometimes we say here, you know, in Ireland that if somebody's sneaky, they're lower than, lower than a snake's belly, which means how much lower could you get in behaviours. But here we've got snakes. So it's actually putting the snakes higher than somebody that's lower than a snake's belly. 8 of Swords. Nine of Swords. I want a bit of enlightenment. Help me make a decision. Help take this nightmare away. Why am I stuck where I am? 10 of Swords. 10 of Swords, the acupuncture. Look at that. But that's a healing 10 of Swords. That's not a 10 of Swords where somebody's lying prone with swords in them. But, you know, acupuncture is used for healing. So this is a time where you've had enough, and now you're having the treatment or the help you need to pick yourself back up again. Heal what's been sort of pummeled out of you, so to speak. Page of Swords. And again, we've got symbolism here for earth and air and water. It's just beautiful. Oh, I love it. Sword there. Knight of Swords. Oh, is that Ethne? I think it is. The Knight of Swords is Ethne. I'm sure it is. I love it when I watch Ethne. She goes, "Hello, my little tarot bumblebees." I just love it. It just, ooh, it's lovely. Makes you feel like she's really talking to you. I know she is, to all of us. But it makes, you know, just her way makes it just really lovely to follow. Knight of Swords, look at that. And, you know, if you do watch Ethne, I'm sure this is Ethne. I'm going to have to check in the book. Because, let's just get to our minors. 2, 2, 2, 4. Knight of, it is Ethne. It is indeed. And, you know, I'm not going to read what's written there now, because what I'm taking from this, you see, Ethne does so much, but our Knight of Swords is not afraid to say it as it is, and neither is Ethne, which is lovely. Great to see her there. Queen of Swords. Sorry about that dinging. I don't know where I've put my phone, but I can hear it pinging every so often. King of Swords. Isn't it lovely to see somebody sort of normal as our royalty, as our court cards? Now we have the Ace of Pentacles. Oh, again, the hands of Pentacles. It's just beautiful. 2 of Pentacles. 3 of Pentacles. 4. Oh, again, somebody with paints. This paint book behind them. Beautiful. Lovely. 5 of Pentacles. Do you know, in some of the cards that we find in the minors that we think that could be now and again sort of a little bit sort of it's giving us a heads up to look out for ourselves, these are coming from a far more positive angle, albeit you have your message there that, you know, on the 5 of Pentacles, somebody actually smiling with their dogs in the background as support and company, you know, that you're not on your own in this, and it doesn't have to be our fellow human being, but someone, you know, creature that we feel that gives us comfort in our lowest of times, because that person's not unhappy. beautiful. Six of Pentacles. Our seven. I love this. This reminds me, I have a lovely friend, Tamara, who is just like that with all her plants. And has that cheeky smile as well. That's a lovely card. Eight of Pentacles. This Jamie hard at work. Yes, this would be Jamie hard at work. All the pens and the colours and the designs. Beautiful. I love all the tattoos as well. Stunningly beautiful. Nine of Pentacles. How gorgeous. These cards are it's, even though I've followed it and I've been excited to get this deck, it's just, it feels so good in my hands, but it feels really good to have and to see all these images here with my own eye and not through a screen. They're even nicer than I thought they would be. Page of Pentacles. Oh, our Knight of Pentacles here. What piercing eyes. Oh, I do like that. I like that card. I like the feeling of it. And there's a determination on our knight's face. A handsome knight, I might add. Then we have Queen of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, and here we have some extra cards. Aha, ha ha ha. Our extra cards are two teacher cards, and we have Mary K. Greer and Rachel Pollack. Oh, perfect. They're each taking their place in the study. And we have the Kabbalah Tree of Life behind Rachel Pollack. Oh, I love this. I love this. I actually, normally extra cards I tend to use for my journaling or bookmarks, but these two are staying in the deck because sometimes the best of us, the worst of us, those in between, we need a kick up the backside from a teacher. And we need to say, you know, I'm not here to teach you per se, but I'm here to give you a kick up the butt to say you can and you will, you know. Have more faith in yourself, and sometimes you just need to hear that. Now let's have a look. Here's the stand, and I'm going to pop our first card out, which was our Fool in that. See how it stands in there. Oh, that's lovely. That is perfect. Have that on your table. See, oops, falling through there. That's lovely. Absolutely the bee's knees. Am I happy? I think this face says it all. I love it. I'm not going to shuffle it yet. I don't want to shuffle it yet. I just want to just sit quietly with this deck. I want to have a look at different things as I progress through it. I want to pick out the symbols and see why is that there. You know, why have we got faceless paintings with our artist in the Empress card? Now we know that Empress is an artist. Let's have a look what it says for our Major Arcana and our Empress. The Empress is a complex feminine energy, and we must treat her as such. Ruler, creator, playful, kind, curious, destructive. That's very true. If you look at this card here, ruler, definitely. Creator, definitely, all the patron. Playful definitely gives off that air and kind. Curious and destructive. Not happy if she's not happy with something that she's created or someone else created. Start again. You know? Oh, lovely. Well, Jamie Sawyer, if you ever do get to watch this walkthrough, I have to say I am absolutely delighted with my deck. I'm glad to have it in my hands. Thank you for the additional items, the additional cards, the card stand, the bookmark, the stickers, and well, thank you for creating such a beautiful deck. I'm going to put a link down in my description box to Jamie's shop and site, and where not only this deck but all her tarot tiles and everything else can be found. There, I just love that. So this is the Pocket of Peers by Jamie Sawyer, created in 2021. Wonderful. Thank you very much. Right, before I go, I'm just going to tell you about a book I'm currently reading. And the reason I'm going to tell you about this book is because I was, my usual things, strolling around bookshops, and I have books to beat the band that I really do need to get into reading more. And I don't know if it's an age thing, but when I read of an evening now, I can read about 2 pages, and I'm starting to do that. And then I either, if I'm on my Kindle or if I'm reading in bed with a book like that, the amount of times I've jumped away because it's smacked off my nose is unreal. Well, this one's a bit too big to be doing that with, and I don't want to knock myself unconscious with it. But I came across this book the other day, and I thought I must tell people in the tarot community about that if you haven't read this one already. This is Robert Galbraith, and it's called Troubled Blood. It's a sort of thriller. I'm going to read the back of it for you, and hopefully it'll sort of influence you to want to pick it up and have a read, or you know, feed that literature hunger. So this private detective Cormoran Strike is visiting his family in Cornwall when he is approached by a woman asking for help to finding her mother, Margaret Bamborough, who went missing in mysterious circumstances in 1974. Strike has never tackled a cold case before, but intrigued he takes it on, adding to the long list of cases that he and his partner in the agency, Robin Ellicott, are currently investigating. Plus, the pair are still battling their feelings for one another, while Robin is also juggling a messy divorce and unwanted male attention. Strike and Robin soon find themselves up against a fiendishly complex case that with leads that include tarot cards, a psychopathic serial killer, and witnesses who cannot all be trusted. And they learn that even cases decades old can prove to be deadly. So that's that. And as I haven't actually started it, but I have come across in this, hold on, let me just find this page since I just wanted to show you now. I was flicking through it like this, and there were little quotes in the beginning that have come from either poets or from the tarot world. We've got writings that have been drawn in it. It's just you know, paper they've come across. We've got our pentagrams, and we've got our, you know, oh, look at that, there's our devil card if anything else, you know. It's almost like looking into somebody's tarot journal where they've just been making their own random notes. So that's a book. This is following on again from the subject that I did in Tarothon, and it's how tarot was portrayed in the media. And I thought, there you go, Murphy, a modern day book that includes a story around the tarot. So folks, I'm going to leave it at that. Have a lovely day, whatever you may be doing. I hope the sun is shining on you wherever you are, and that all is well. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you soon. Bye now.